Good Monday morning, everyone. This is Mrs. Marlar. I'm here today to read you the book Brave Girl, Clara and the Shirtwaist Maker Strike of 1909. The pictures in this book are by Melissa Sweet, and the book was written by Michelle Markle. Now remember, I'm new at screen recording, so I might make a few mistakes, but bear with me and be patient. Here we go. On this page here, we see a ship. We can see the birds up in the sky, and then all the people on the ship. And on this page, we see the front of that ship pulling into New York Harbor, and we can tell because this is the Statue of Liberty. Okay. A steamship pulls into the harbor, carrying hundreds of immigrants, and a surprise for New York City. On this page, we see all the immigrants, and we see some of them walking up the ramp to go onto the deck of the ship, and we can see the Statue of Liberty here in the background. The surprise is dirt poor, just 5 feet tall, and hardly speaks a word of English. Her name is Clara Lemick. This girl's got grit, and she's gonna prove it. Look out, New York. Clara knows in her bones what is right and what is wrong. What's wrong begins a few weeks after the Lemicks move into their tenement in America. No one will hire Clara's father. They will, however, hire Clara. That's right, Clara. Companies are hiring thousands of immigrant girls to make blouses, coats, nightgowns, and other women's clothing. They earn only a few dollars a month, but it helps pay for food and rent. So instead of carrying books to school, many girls carry sewing machines to work. Clara becomes a garment worker. And here we see her. This is Clara. She's got her sewing machine in its little case, and she's carrying it to work. From dawn to dusk, she's locked up in a factory. Rows and rows of young women bend over their tables, stitching collars, sleeves, and cuffs as fast as they can. Hurry up! Hurry up! The bosses yell. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat, hisses Clara's machine. Now, friends, remember, rat-a-tat-tat-tat, that's a sound, and it's been made into a word. So we call that an onomatopoeia. All right, back to the story. The sunless room is stuffy from all the bodies crammed inside. There are 2 filthy toilets, 1 sink, and 3 towels for 300 girls to share. And if we think about the math of that, that's only 1 towel for every 100 girls to share. Clara learns the rules. If you're a few minutes late, you lose half of a day's pay. If you prick your finger and bleed on the cloth, you're fined. If it happens a second time, you're fired. The doors are locked, and you're inspected every night before you leave to be sure that you haven't stolen anything from the factory. But Clara is uncrushable. She wants to read. She wants to learn. At the end of her shift, though her eyes hurt from straining in the gaslight and her back hurts from hunching over the sewing machine, she walks to the library. She fills her empty stomach with a single glass of milk and goes to school at night. When she gets home in the late evening, she sleeps only a few hours before rising again. As the weeks grind by, Clara makes friends with the other factory girls. At lunch, they share stories and secrets as if they were in school, where they belong. Clara smolders with anger, not just for herself, but for all the factory girls working like slaves. This was not the America she'd imagined. The men at the factory tell her they've been trying to get the workers to team up in a union. Then they'd strike, refuse to work, until the bosses treat them better. But the men don't think the ladies are tough enough. Not tough enough? Because they're girls? Oh, yes, they are. Clara knows it, and she'll show them. All right, friends, we're going to end here for the day, and we'll read the rest of the book together tomorrow. Thanks for joining me.